Good morning and happy Memorial Day. Today is Monday. It's 9 a.m. and as promised, I'm here with Mornings with Sue. And today is a holiday, and that's exactly what I would like to talk about today. I would like to talk about holiday surcharges in your dog walking business. I know a lot of dog walking businesses are kind of hesitant to charge surcharges for the weekend, for holidays, but I do think it's vitally important to actually charge, like even if you are offering service 24/7, really around the clock, that does not mean that you're not allowed to charge surcharges on holidays or weekends. And don't listen so much what people are saying on Facebook groups. They don't think it's fair. We're here for the families. We're here for the pets, even if they're going away, and they shouldn't be penalized. I seriously think it's a bunch of baloney, because you're actually taking away time, and also your employees' uh, time with their family, with your family. And I personally think, and it's been completely successful with people that are doing it, we have been doing it, it's completely justified to charge surcharges on holidays and on weekends. So I want to talk about, so that's the first thing. Please charge surcharges for weekends and for holidays. There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing, I mean, I would say I have high morals, and that's definitely not under that category where you have high morals and you shouldn't charge more. It's a bunch of baloney. I'm telling you, your business. And people that are really valuing your service, and that are happy that you are available when they're going away, that you can take care of their pets, they will be very, very happy to pay you more, because they know they're going on vacation and you have to stay home and basically tend to your business and work. So how much should you charge? I'm not so sure what you all charging. Hi, Carrie Ann. I would say it really depends, of course, if you're just starting out. I mean, if you're starting out and you're already charging a high surcharge, that's great. If it works, that's awesome. But I would personally say first get some reviews, get a good reputation within the community, and then you can really start charging a little bit more and more each time. But you can start with $5 per visit. Don't do per day. I mean, some people are doing as a surcharge per day, but what if you have 3 visits? What if you have 1 visit? That's just not even fair to some of the other clients. So like, let's say you have a cat visit and that's only once a day, but you have dog visits that are 3 times a day. Then you're charging, like, let's say $10 extra for that cat visit, but also $10 extra for those 3 dog visits. That's really not fair for that client that only has 1 cat visit. So please charge per visit. So you would charge $10 extra each dog visit, okay? And $10 extra each cat visit. So that's first off. And yep, exactly. And then with the amount, you really adjust it accordingly to your weekend surcharge. So if you're charging weekend surcharges, your holiday charge should be a little bit above that. It's really not the same, because we have so many weekends in the year, but we have only so many holidays and holiday times, right? Especially when you want to get together with your family, you usually do that on big holidays, and that's the time you're missing out. And we have so many weekends, so it's really not the same surcharge. I personally think so. So weekend, usually, like, let's say if you start out with weekend surcharge of $3, you can charge holiday surcharge of $8, and then you go up from there. So you can definitely charge between $5-8 and about $15-20 on the holiday surcharge. It really just depends on your reputation, of course, too, because if you have no kind of Google reviews, if you're just starting out and you're already charging $15 per visit holiday surcharge, that might not really fly right with your clients. So be just really mindful of that, and just really start building your reputation, which you can do within 3 months. If you have a few clients, you get some really good Google reviews, and you're well known in the community. So this is really between $5. I would actually start off with $8 if your weekend surcharge is $3 per visit. Your holiday surcharge can be $8 per visit. And yes, exactly. And I just want to read what Carrie Ann is saying. I charge an additional $15 a visit on holidays. Yep. Clients have not complained. If they value you and see your worth, they understand completely. Yes, exactly, Carrie Ann. You're making a great point. That's exactly what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying about the reputation. If you already have a great reputation, you already provided great service to your clients, then it should come to no surprise to the clients that you're also valuing your time, even if it is your business. It has nothing to do with this, that you are charging what your time is worth to you. So I've even seen it with some clients. They, especially clients that don't have employees and they're always working by themselves or with their son or with daughter or with their partner, and they have been doing this for 10 years, let's say, and they're really sick working on holidays. They really don't want to do it. Either they don't do it, or they actually charge like an additional $15, $20, $25 or whatever per visit extra. And if your client really values you, I mean, there are only so many holidays, then they would just pay it. I mean, I personally, if I trust my pet sitter and they're going up on their holiday surcharges and I'm going on vacation to, like, that's Germany, that's where my family is, then I would be very willing to pay for my cats, like, let's say an additional $50 per day for that holiday or holiday time. And I would be completely happy because I know that my pets are taken care of. So that's really, really something. Just put yourself in their shoes as well, that you really just value and appreciate them and their care. So it's definitely not exactly $15 is a really, really good amount per visit. If you live, especially if you live in areas like San Francisco or San Diego or New York City, those like big towns, then it's really not really out of the ordinary to actually even charge more per visit. But that's something you want to feel, you really should just charge something you feel comfortable with. So if $20 or $15 per visit is too much for you, then don't charge it. There will be a time, I promise you, when you're actually longer in the business, you will grow tired of working in your business on a holiday, and you're completely comfortable charging that holiday surcharge, because you know if the client doesn't go with you, then that's okay, because then you just find new clients and eventually they will pay for it. What are your thoughts on same-day requests? Many businesses out here charge more for last minute. Yes, last minute requests, I am completely for to charge it, especially if you're not, last minute requests, I would say between, I mean, it really depends on what you're charging on your regular visit, but I would say just about like 50% of what you're usually charging, put that on that last minute surcharge. So if you're usually charging $20 for a potty break, let's say, put on an additional $10 per for the last minute request surcharge. Does that make sense, Carrie Ann? Because, and I would even go as far as 24 hours before, so not the same day, because you really want to schedule, you want to plan your day, right? So I would really say it's just about the same as when they're canceling, like 24 hours before. Like a lot of people are having a cancellation policy that they're not being charged if they're canceling. It really depends on your clientele. Like we have clients that are barely canceling, so we're very good with not charging too much if they're canceling. But yes, it's so hard when you have staff. What do you mean it's so hard when you have staff to charge for for same day requests or with the cancellation? Just let me know, Carrie Ann. But I would definitely recommend to charge for same day requests. It really depends how you build your business. If you have a lot of occasional dog walks, then you might and if you have a big staff and it is your kind of marketing point that you are taking on clients that have same day requests, that where their schedule is just changing, where they just have to run out, then with cancellations, yeah, with the cancellations, exactly. So you mean it's hard if you have cancellations. So Carrie Ann is saying it's so hard when you have staff with cancellations. So I 100% agree, because you're promising your staff a certain schedule, and you usually do that probably like a week or a month ahead. We do that a week ahead. And I even tell my clients, if you cancel, your dog walker is losing out. And that's the reason if they're canceling the same day. And they're also allowed only 2 cancellations a month. So that's something you have to also put in your policies and just think about what's fair to you and what's fair to the clients, to your business. Then they're still getting paid. So you can do it as they're still getting paid and you're still getting the full fee, or there's just paying for whatever for whatever the employee would get paid. I personally do it. I'm personally pretty strict on it, but I am talking about that during the meet and greet, and I have it all set up in my policies that we are taking on a client with a certain expectation, because you have to see too, we're taking on client with a certain expectation that they're going to be on a schedule, right? So like, let's say, even if you take on occasional clients, occasional meaning less than 5 days a week dog walking. So if you take them on and all right, Monday and Wednesday, you're usually booking us, then we kind of expect that you kind of book us Monday and Wednesday. If not, then there might be a little penalty, or just to make up for that spot. Because, all right, let's just rewind back really quick. We as a dog walking business, I personally don't recommend taking on occasional clients. I personally am all for Monday through Friday dog walking, but that's everybody's preference and where in which area you are as well, because in some areas it just might not work like that. But the thing is, you have, especially if you have staff, you promise them a certain amount of hours of work for the month, for the week, and you have to give that to them. That's your moral obligation. You hire them and you say, listen, you're getting in between 20 and 30 hours or whatever, or 25 hours a week of work, and it's really your moral obligation to give it to them. And with that, you have to be really strict with your clients, with their expectations and your expectations of them. So when they hire you, they are expecting that you're coming, right? So if they say, hey, Carrie Ann, we want your staff to come between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, you are providing that service, that you're really reliable, that you're sending your dog walkers there and they're walking the dog. So in return, why can't you expect that they are booking you, and if they don't book you, that they're still paying? Because you're literally, this is a huge chunk out of your schedule. I mean, especially midday dog walking, you only have like 3, 4, 5 hours a day where you can put your slots in. So if they're canceling all the time, that is a slot that you can't just fill. So I like to compare it with childcare. I think it's a great example. Some might not agree. That's completely fine. But when childcares take on children, they take it on for the whole year. I'm not so 100% sure how it works, but I remember when I was a child, maybe with my parents talking about it. But they're taking on for the entire year, and they're paying per month, or they're paying per year, right? And if the kid is sick, it's not like the parents are getting a refund, right? They still have to pay for that slot. They're taking out the child, but they're still paying for that slot, because there's only so many slots that the daycare can fill with kids. And then if the kid is not coming, or the parents decide to take a 1-month vacation, doesn't mean that they don't have to pay, because that slot won't get filled, and therefore the daycare would lose money if parents are just randomly pulling out the kids and not paying. So I see the exact same with dog walking business and cat sitting business. Not so much with cat sitting, because that's really more like on vacation and stuff, but there is a whole nother with cancellation policy as well. You have to be very strict on that and set the expectations during the meet and greet, and even before you meet, and then you can also enforce it without that the client is completely shocked. So this is something I 100% endorse to you guys. Please don't be afraid to like the way you of course handle it when somebody's canceling all the time. You talk to them, be nice and kind about it. I mean, there might be a reason why they're doing it, and they might be tight on money. So there are always a lot of factors to put in, of course. But I wholeheartedly believe that you should charge for last minute requests, definitely. And it should be a little higher. It shouldn't be just $5. It should be definitely at least $10 to so you can have your schedule in order before the week starts. And $10 is a lot for one visit extra for clients, so they might think about it twice and think about it a little bit earlier, maybe the week prior to what the next week's walk is. So highly recommend last minute charge. If you don't want to talk about it during the meet and greet, and if you want to talk about it, like you should definitely have it in your policy. So when your clients sign up on the portal, on your whatever it is, Precise Pet Care, whatever it is, right? They basically have to sign it. So of course, a lot of people are not reading policy, but that doesn't mean that you should expect that they don't adhere to it. So like, let's say if you don't have to bring up all your policy points during the meet and greet. I personally bring up more like that we are reserving the slot, and we expect for them that they are that they're booking us. And if they don't book us, our sitter is making that time to come, and they would lose money. So we are charging unless it's way ahead of time, and they can only cancel 2 visits a month. So with that being said, you don't have to bring up all your policy points during the meet and greet. But if most of the clients are really good, they're not canceling all the time, they're not adding last minute visits. If they are doing it, then just write them a nice email and say like, hey, just so you know, this is how it works. And we will grant your, wish to have Fido or whatever be walked last minute today. But just so you know, next time we will have to charge a $10 surcharge or whatever per request. So you don't have to completely be, you don't have to, like, that's just the way you treat clients. So you can even say per our policy, and we do it today, that's completely fine, and you will not be charged, but next time. So that's something to just nip it in the bud early. And even if you're losing out on one visit as a surcharge, just so you don't have to rattle down your whole policy points during the meet and greet, that's a great way to do it. Because I really find, I'm not so sure with you, Carrie Ann, but I do find that a lot of times clients are really good. If they need you Monday through Friday, or if they need you a certain number of days during the week, then they are usually booking. And a lot of clients are thoughtful of it. If they are canceling, then that you're losing out. So I'm not so sure if that's a regular problem with you, but I certainly hope not. But if it is, just let me know if you have any other question. And also with the holiday, back to the holiday surcharge. Also, the question is, of course, should you charge only on a holiday, or should you also charge during the whole holiday time? So like, let's say Memorial Day, right? Today, did you only charge a holiday fee this Memorial Day, or did you charge it already the weekend before that? Or like, let's say Christmas, right? Is it for the entire week between Christmas and New Year's Eve, or is it only Christmas, like the 25th and then the 1st? So I would be very interested to hear what you guys are saying, of course, but I am just putting my thoughts out there that I did in the beginning, that I only did the holiday, because really honestly, I didn't do an entire holiday time, because I was afraid that it's usually why we don't charge extra is because we think clients wouldn't want to book with us then, of course, right? But that's something we can easily overcome once we're longer in the business, once we are really finding that clients are appreciating our services. And I would say charge the entire holiday time, because clients don't go usually away just on that Memorial Day, but they go away the entire Memorial Day weekend, or the entire Christmas time, or whatever it is, right? So I would also say charge the entire holiday time. Don't be afraid of that. Clients will definitely pay up. I mean, it's only a few, it's really, well, good if you charge $15 per visit and you have two dog visits. That's $30 more per day. That would be $30, $60, $90 more for that entire holiday time of the Memorial Day weekend, or versus $30. So it's $60 more, which is not much if you, because I mean, we all have pets. When you're going away, first thing is not what you're going to do, what you bring or whatever, is actually, what are we going to do with our pets, right? Or you are actually thinking about that before you're going away. So to have somebody really reliable for a few bucks more, $60 more, especially for our clients, I'm not so sure where you guys live, of course. If you live in an area where clients do have, they make a lot of money, they can definitely afford that. But it's not even just about that. It's just really valuing, because how fast do we spend $60, right? I mean, when people go out for a beer in a bar or whatever, just that alone, that's like, with a little bit of food, 2 people or 3 people, that's really, really easily like let's say $40, okay? But $60 are very, very easily spent, and it shouldn't be a problem to spend it on a pet sitter they're really trusting. So I would definitely say charge for holiday time. So charge your holiday surcharge. Charge in between, I would say start off with $8 and go up to $15, $20. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. If you don't feel comfortable charging the surcharge, just wait a little bit. Really look deep inside with you why you're not comfortable, and maybe talk to someone, DM me if you have a problem doing that. I can definitely walk you through that. But you should definitely charge something you are worth talking about if somebody asks you about that. So like, let's say you walk into your regular dog walking clients and to walk the dog, and the client is there, and then dog vacation visit is coming up and they're asking you about it, just that you're comfortable about it. So don't walk it back. So if you're already charging $15 per visit for holiday time, don't walk it back and say like, okay, I'm not going to charge this time, but next time. No, if you're charging it, you're charging it. And you don't have to bring up any reasons either. You don't have to bring up any reasons like you cannot spend time with your family, right? You just bring up the reason that it's cost $15 surcharge. I mean, if clients are going out in a store and buying something, they're not really questioning the price there either, right? The price is on the price tag, and that's it. And the same way it should be with your dog walking business. And also, don't be afraid of charging for the entire holiday time. Charge for, seriously, whatever the holiday is, and then the weekend to it, whenever clients are really going away, the full stretch, you should really charge for. It's not just that holiday, it's the whole holiday time. It's the whole experience they're having, right, when they go away. All right. I hope that helped you guys. I'm so happy to actually be back. It felt like an eternity since last Monday, but I'm looking forward to next Monday. And let me know, of course, in my DMs, in my Facebook message, whatever you guys will want to talk about. I do have a nice subject, but I can always incorporate that as well. So I wish you guys a happy Memorial Day. I hope you get to, here it's really, really sunny in New Jersey. I hope you guys have it sunny too, and you get to enjoy the sun when you're out walking with the dogs, when you're working. Enjoy the sun, of course. And if you're not working and you're actually off, like let's say you're not working on holidays, enjoy that time off. Do whatever you do, of course, but enjoy every single minute of it, guys. There's so much always to complain about, but if we just stop complaining, our lives will be much better. So have a happy Memorial Day. Take care, and I will see you. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Carrie Ann. I'm just seeing that there's more. Let me get you off track. Oh, don't worry with my holiday theme, Carrie Ann. I'm sorry I got you off track with your holiday theme. No worries at all, Carrie Ann. I love to just ramble on, like not ramble on, but get off track and answer you guys' questions. That's completely fine. That's what it's really here for, right? It's not just one topic. I can always get off topic. I only charge on the holiday day. You're paying for peace of mind. Exactly. Carrie Ann, are you comfortable? Have you ever thought about paying for the entire holiday time? So like not just Memorial Day, but also the entire Memorial Day period? I would like to know that. You can just leave me a comment, and we can chat about it later. But I wonder what your hesitation is not to charge for the entire holiday time, because your clients, I bet you they're not going away just on Memorial Day on Monday, but they were probably already away on the weekend. I could be wrong. I'm not so sure. I mean, it all depends where you are, what your clientele looks like. So I don't want to just say my way is the right way, but I am completely for that. Whoever is doing the work and putting in the hours and has sleepless nights sometimes over their furry charges, that they are getting well compensated. It's just the way it really should be, right? Because we're compensating people as well for we're compensating people that we really appreciate as well for their services, for their products, and we're happy to do so. That's another thing too. I'm completely fine if I get off track right now. I'm not sure my clients would respond well to it. Okay. Yeah, Carrie Ann, it really depends for how long you have been in business. Do you have some good Google reviews, some good Facebook reviews? That's always the thing. We're not sure if the clients would respond well to it. And don't worry about it, because you know what? They're responding already really well to the $15, $15